All right. Hey guys. So my name is Perla. I am a double gold two-time I-10 card holder, and we're going to talk about Reels today. We're going to talk about how to create them, why they're so important, and how you can actually leverage and utilize ChatGPT to work for you to kind of help you create and kind of whether if it's the hook, whether if it's the voiceover script, whatever. Okay. So I kind of got a little bit of a consensus with everybody here. There was a lot of people that said that they were not very comfortable with doing reels, or they've done them and they don't really work too well. So I kind of shared with them that they just have to get over the hump, rip the band-aid off, and just do them. Okay. Now, what has really helped me, just to give you some tips, is I follow on social media on Instagram and TikTok. I follow a lot of other people that are similar to me in the travel industry, to get ideas, right? You're not going to copy them. We don't want to do that. We're not here to copy each other, but we're here to potentially get inspired, right? Like, oh, I like the video that Halia did about Disney, right? I don't, I'm not a Disney specialist, but I may like how she did it about Disney that I can then do something similar to the niche or specialty that I'm in, right? So we really, I encourage everybody to go on social media, or particularly Instagram, TikTok, things like that, and try to follow other people that are in the same industry, that you see that they have a lot of traction on their videos. They may have thousands of views, thousands of shares, and get different ideas, and that can give you content ideas for your next travel, or just to post something on the day to day. Okay. Um, Now, the reason I really like doing reels, and it's funny because I never was really one to do them um so frequently as I do now, is because with reels you can actually see, particularly on Instagram, you can see how many people you're reaching, like what your reach is, especially if you have that professional dashboard on Instagram. Now, today's training is not to talk about the professional dashboard or anything like that, but it gives you an idea to see, okay, how well is this particular post doing? Who am I reaching? And I'm such a big, like, I preach about it with my team as well, about using social media and the metrics and analytics and things like that to see, okay, what's working, what's not working. Okay. And with reels, you know that they're quick and easy, they're very fast, right? And you can share a lot of valuable information in just a short period of time that's gonna make someone want to follow you. Okay. Um, so with that being said, we're going to talk about hooks. Does everybody know what a hook is for the reel or for the video? Attention grabber. Yes, exactly, Ashlyn. It's an attention grabber. So it's going to be the very first thing that you're going to see on the video, whether if it's the first second, first 2 seconds, it's kind of like that caption that's above the head. It can be clickbait, yes. It's going to capture that person's attention. And so you want to make sure, it's very important that when you're creating a reel or when you're creating a video, you're going to need to capture your audience's attention in the first 3 seconds. And if you can't do that, they're going to scroll. All right. So if you guys ever look back at any videos that you've posted, maybe they didn't perform too well, maybe nobody liked it, maybe whatever. Maybe it may have been because of the hook, or maybe it was just not very well organized, or it was whatever, right? And that's fine. Usually the very first videos that you do, they're going to be almost kind of like cringy, right? You're like, "Oh, that was so embarrassing. Why did I post that?" But we have to do that because that's how we learn, right? I know if I show you guys the first videos I did, I'm just like, "Okay, that was so ugly." Like, because the issue with me, and I don't know if you guys can relate, but the issue with me is sometimes I overthink things too much, and I want it to be like 10 out of 10 perfect, right? But I noticed that the videos that I've posted that I have like edited like to the T and that are so, so good, never really perform as good or have much of an engagement as well as the ones that I kind of just posted on a whim. That's what I've noticed for me. The videos that I literally don't even have my hair done, I'm like, took it out of a bun and it's like a whole mess and I'm just talking. Usually those are the ones that end up doing well. So I have to remind myself, not to get into that headspace or that mindset. Okay. So the hook is something that's going to capture your audience's attention in the first 3 seconds. Okay. And it's very important for you to have what actually is really important for you to understand is who your audience is, who you're talking to. Okay. So, for example, and I'm gonna probably say Halia's name a million times because your face is like right next to mine. So like Halia, she specializes in Disney, right? Disneyland. So she has a very clear audience, right? She's speaking particularly for people that are planning to or wanting to go to Disneyland that love Disneyland, right? But I'm sure she books other things too, right? Now, for me, I'm not necessarily focusing on a particular type of destination, but I have more of a luxury travel planning, luxury VIP service. So that's who I'm speaking to, the people that really want that 5-star service. So you have to first understand and know who it is that you're talking to. Are you talking to cruisers? Are you talking to families? Are you talking to people of retirement age? Because that's going to help you narrow down your hook. Okay. Because you can't just say, like, hey guys, here is my favorite destination that I went to. Well, like, most likely it may not resonate with a lot of people. And so when you actually narrow down who it is that you want to talk to, it will help you when it comes to your content. And that's what I mean with using ChatGPT. So again, for those that have a specialty or a niche in their travel, whether if it's cruises, whether if it's luxury travel, all-inclusive, Caribbean, whatever, you're going to want to identify who it is that you want to speak to. And how to identify that is who's your perfect client? Who's your ideal client? Who's the perfect client that you want to work with? That if they came to you today and they said, "Hey, Michelle, I'm looking to plan a trip. What are the boxes that you would want that person to check off?" Okay. So think of those things. And that's what's going to help you identify not only your perfect client, your target market, your hook, it will then get you on the right track when it comes to creating content. That's why I feel right now that creating different types of content when it comes to videos and different posts, it comes very easy now because I have an idea. I know who it is that I want to talk to. I want to talk to people that love to travel, that want a concierge type of service, VIP planning. Okay. So very same thing for all of you guys. All right. So only you're the only one that can figure that out and see exactly who it is that you want to talk to. Okay. So I have some examples of some hooks that I can give you guys. Um, Let me see if I can share this with you really quickly. Give me 1 second. Now, oh, these can be used for any specialty or any niche, I guess I should say. Okay. So let me just share my screen and you guys can copy these. All right. So, for example, everybody can see my screen, right? Okay, cool. So I have 4 here. I don't know why this one's not numbered, but should be number 1. Okay. So number 1, what nobody tells you about blank. Something that your audience hopes to achieve or is focused on getting to. Okay. So maybe this could be what nobody tells you about Disneyland or what nobody tells you about your next trip to Disneyland, right? And that's where you're going to drop your tips or your knowledge or the value, okay? If you're blank, you don't have to add this age range that's just there as if you wanted to. Um, if you are blank, you can add the age range if you want to. Do not scroll away from this video. So if you are a Disney adult, if you are a cruise lover, you fill in the blank depending on your target market's demographic, okay, or the group. So you see how if you have this, if you're verbally saying this, or if that title, if that caption is above your head as someone comes to your video, you see how it's going to grab the attention and they're going to be like, oh, I'm a Disney adult, or oh, I love to cruise. What are they going to say? Okay. So this one, the second one, or third one, I guess I should say, all my blanks, here are my staples for blank. So you can say, like this could be maybe all my parents, here are my staples for traveling with children, or all my parents, here are my staples for going to Disneyland with your kids, or something like that, right? You fill in the blank depending on your demographic. And then the last one, my top 3 places to travel as a blank, and then list your favorite places to travel. Okay. Now that last one can be used in multiple different ways, right? It can be used as like an audio, you talking with a voiceover. It can be used as like a cutout with like the green screen, you talking about 3 different destinations you've been to and why you love them. Or it can just be a short B-roll clip of 6, oh, sorry, of 6, or not 6, yeah, 6 seconds. And then you sharing your top 3 places to travel in the comment, in the description. Okay. So you can kind of pick and choose on how you want to use those reels, or those hooks, but those are just some examples. Okay. So you're going to fill in the blank. Now, when you're utilizing and when you're kind of like what I shared earlier in terms of using ChatGPT to help you. Well, first, who here uses ChatGPT? And if you do, are you familiar with using it? Do you like using it? Me, I love it. Me, says Halia, I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, I have a software program I use all the time. It's a must. Yes, very useful. I have to use it more. Yes, definitely. Awesome, Rita. Okay. So ChatGPT, for those that use it, seems like everybody does, right? You have to train it, right? Did you guys have to kind of like give it some prompts so that way it can kind of know who you were? So now you can go to ChatGPT and you can say, hey, give me a reel about Disney, right? Exactly, Laura Lee. It's starting to get to know you better. So the more you use it and the more you coach it, you have to tell it what you want, right? And sometimes you have to be a little, very specific because otherwise it's going to be very robotic. So, for example, you can put those prompts into, or those hooks into ChatGPT, and you can say, create, because I gave you 4, create 4, usually what I tell ChatGPT is I'll say, create 4, depending on how many hooks I'm giving it, or templates. Create 4 scroll stopping hooks using these templates to reach my target audience, which it already knows my target audience, right? Because I've already trained it, to increase engagement, to increase followers, to increase saves, shares, whatever. Okay, whatever your outcome is that you want to achieve. Okay, and then from there it's going to spit out, and most likely it will fill in the blanks for those little blanks that were there, based on the information that it has already gotten from you before. Okay, so that's how you can utilize that. Now, you can then even take it a step further. Yes, give me 1 second, Brenda. So you can then even take it a step further, and once it gives you those hooks and fills it in for you, you can then ask it to create a voiceover script. Create a voiceover script for reel number 3, right? Let's say you're going to create or hook number 3, sorry. Let's say that you're going to create a video today for the third hook that was on the screen. So then now it's going to literally tell you what to say, okay? But again, you have to make sure that with ChatGPT, you have to still coach it, right? It's not always going to be perfect. And you have to make it sound like you, right? You can't just copy word for word what it says, and it may not be authentically you. So you can use it as a guide to then try to get your words together. Or then usually what I say is, once it gives me the voiceover script, I will make it my own. I'll say what I want to say, and then I'll say, okay, now create a video or create a description for this reel or for this video to include in the video description for Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever platform I plan on posting it on. Okay. Then from there, it's going to give me a little bit of a description. Usually it tells you a little bit of a summary of what you just spoke about with your call to action. Okay. So, remember, the hook is that very first, in the first 3 seconds, it's what's going to capture the attention of your audience. Okay. The next thing that you need in your video is a call to action. Okay. So let's say you have the hook, you have the piece of value or the knowledge or information that you're going to share with your audience. And then the very last thing that you want to include is a call to action or a CTA. Call to action. Does anybody know what a sample of a call to action would be? Message me today. Okay. Tag your travel buddy and save this. Yep. Text me today for, message me for. What else? Leave a comment. Tell me your blank. Yep. So asking for their engagement, right? So whether asking for their engagement in the comment section. So tell me your favorite travel hack or tell me your favorite travel destination, right? Or message me for the details or whatever if you are maybe sharing like a travel deal or something like that, right? Exactly, Kayla. Like this video, save it, follow me for more tips. Don't be afraid to ask for those things, right? Because it does it sound a little kind of weird at first when you first do it, but sometimes you have to tell people what to do, right? And they'll do it if they find the information valuable and they're like, wow, I really liked what she shared about Disneyland and the dining plans and the lightning lane and all the things. I'm going to save her video and follow her so that way when I want to plan my next Disneyland trip, I can look at her videos again. Or maybe I can message her for help, right? Um, does that make sense? Is everybody following along okay? Or is this kind of like going over the head for some people? Yes. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So has anybody ever wondered with some videos that you've seen, like you see some people post like um they almost look like a talking head and then they have like a picture in the background and or they may have like some transitions or audios or sound effects. Has anybody ever seen videos like that and kind of wondering how to do that as well? Yes. Okay. So for those that I know with the whole TikTok ban that happened very briefly, there was a lot of people that had TikTok and then they also had CapCut. CapCut is also part of TikTok. So if for whatever reason you did not have CapCut prior to the ban, then you cannot use it now because you can't download it. Okay. There's an app, and I'm gonna see if this is gonna work. I'm gonna try to go over to my phone so that way I can kind of do like a demo of this video. Um, Let me put it on here. Okay. So this is an editing app that I use. It's called InShot. Okay. It's not uh it's not similar to CapCut in the sense that CapCut has all those templates that you can use, like the memes and things like that. It's not like that at all. It's just an editing tool. Okay. But I know that there is, and I think I shared it with Victoria the other day. There is another app that's similar to CapCut that you can download. I think it's Vita, VITA, I believe, for those that don't have CapCut. Okay. But InShot allows me to kind of do some different types of editing and things like that. So I'm going to show you. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. I have to give myself host. Right, Halia, you said on my phone? Okay. All right, let's see. Can you guys hear me? Oh, hold on. Okay, how about now?
Carla, mute your phone and keep your laptop unmuted.
I did mute my phone. Hold on.
There you go.
How's that?
There you go.
Okay. Because I can hear myself on my phone still.
So if you go to the top left where there's the little speaker, you can turn that off.
Okay. I mean, I can still hear myself, but can you guys hear me?
We're good.
Okay, so it's not
Yeah.
echoey? Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay, cool. So let me share my screen. We're all learning here. Okay, guys. All right, let's see. All right. So this is what the app looks like. Let me go to, where is it? Here, InShot. It looks kind of like Instagram's little logo. Okay. So it's an editing app. So what I'm going to do is, and I hope this works because if it doesn't, I'm going to have to just record it and upload it at a different time. But what I did was I created a reel and I purposely did just the first few clips of it because I'm going to show you how to edit and add it. So you're going to see kind of me being very frustrated with myself trying to talk. All right, let's see if you guys can hear the video first.
As a travel advisor, these are my top 3 must-have essentials I
Can
never
you guys
travel
hear?
without.
Okay.
As a travel agent, I take videos.
Okay. So I put that very first clip, right? So we're going to actually go through the whole process in terms of having me doing the whole clips, raw clips, and editing them so that way it's just like a smooth reel that I can then upload. Okay. So obviously you see I'm looking down at my computer. I'm taking a look at my script to see, okay, what I gotta say. So I don't want that shown, right? So I'm going to highlight the clip, right? This is a 7-second clip. I'm going to highlight it. And then there is a white little rectangle with a black little line on there. Okay. You're going to click that. And that's what's going to allow you to cut and edit the video. So you see how the video is getting shorter. Okay. And we're going to see me in slow motion in multiple ways. Okay. So let's see if I get here.
As a travel advisor, these are my top.
Okay. I cut it too short.
As a travel advisor, these are my top 3 must-have essentials I never travel without.
Okay. So let's see.
Travel advisor, these are my top 3.
Sorry, guys.
As a travel advisor, these are my top
Okay,
3
we'll leave it
must-have
like that.
essentials I never travel without.
Okay. So at the end of that clip, I go to my camera to stop the video, right? So we have to cut that part out, okay, to make it a smooth transition over to the next clip. So same thing, the video has that same little feature on the other side of it. So we're going to cut it short so that way travel without, and then
never travel without. As a travel agent, I take videos.
And it cuts to the next clip. Okay, so what I did was this video is going to be about 3 travel essentials that I never travel without as a travel advisor. Okay, so that was my very first 3 seconds. That was the hook, right? As a travel advisor, these are the top 3 essentials I never travel without, whatever I said. Okay, so what I did was I took screenshots of the 3 things I never travel without. Very first one is my portable battery charger. Okay, I went to Amazon. I found one that was very well rated. This is not the exact same one that I have, but it's very similar in terms of, what it does and the capability. Okay, so I added it on here so that you can see, and I'm going to edit this video that's on here so you can see how I do it, and we'll do the other 2. Okay, so it immediately is going to cut to the next slide, which is just the photo. Okay, and I added my talking head to it. Okay, so we're going to have to do the same thing.
Without. As a travel agent, I take videos and pictures of all the different destinations I go to all the time. So a portable battery charger is definitely a game changer, extending your phone's battery life. But just remember to actually charge the portable battery charger before you try to use it. I've been there and done that.
Okay, I spoke way too much, so we're cutting that video down. Okay, so what we're going to do is, you see where it says pip, like I'm going to put it right here in the middle, right underneath the play sign, it says pip. So I'm going to show you how to add the talking head. I wanted to just show you this first clip, and then we'll do the next 2 together. So you're going to hit pip, which is going to pull up this talking head video. Okay. So again, it comes up in a section. Now I'm able to edit and make it shorter. So I'm going to cut out that very first part where I was talking about that I love to travel, or I love to take pictures of all the things with the kids and whatever. Nobody cares about that right now. Okay. So I'm going to cut it short, and let me see where I stop.
I go to all the time. So a portable battery charger is
Okay, so all right, so we're going to cut it to here, I think.
so a portable battery charger is definitely a game changer, extending your phone's battery life. But just remember to actually charge the portable battery charger before you try to use it. I've been there and done that.
Okay, so same thing on the other side. We're going to cut it back a second or so that way it's not, that weird pausing, awkwardly looking at the camera. Okay, so I edited the length of the overlay. So I'm going to just hit the check mark. But now my picture is long, right? And my overlay is only for a few seconds because I added that before the video or the training. So we're going to, same thing, we're going to cut it short. Until, there we go. Okay. And then same thing with the other side. If you guys are putting comments in, I'll look at them a little bit later. All right, that should be okay. All right, sorry guys. I have fat fingers, and when I got to scroll like that, I have to look super close. Okay, so we got that. All right, so now let's add the second travel essential that I can't travel without, which is going to be, I believe it was the packing cubes. So we're going to click on the red plus on the bottom left, and now it's going to ask me what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to do video/photo, right? And I'm going to click on photo, and we're going to do the cubes. Okay. So the cubes are going to be these that are on the that say purchased August 23rd on the right-hand side, okay? So now what I'm gonna do, make it a little bit longer, and I'm gonna click on the pip again. So just like Richard said, picture in picture. It's gonna be like an overlay is another term for it. We're gonna click that. Gonna click the blue button on the left, and we're gonna go to video. And now I gotta figure out which one it is that I did. I think it's this one that I look dead at the screen for a second. Let's see.
Packing cubes are a total game changer. They not only
Oh, this is the one that I was like so upset with how I was. Enjoy and laugh, guys.
total game changer. They not only keep your suitcase.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this really quick. So when you're adding a video like that as an overlay, you have to add the picture, the original picture as long as that overlay that you're doing. Okay, so start over. So you're gonna see the mistakes I did, obviously.
Packing cubes are a total game changer. They not only keep your suitcase. Packing games are a total. Oh my gosh. Okay. Packing cubes are a total game changer. They not only keep your suitcase nice and organized, but you can separate your outfits depending on each day. I also like that these come with a separate laundry bag and a separate makeup bag case as well for you to make sure you bring all your essentials.
Okay. So obviously, we're gonna edit all those parts that I welcome Tyler, that I messed up, right? So we're gonna click on pip again. It's gonna pull up the video that I just did. Now, obviously, you can see the background here, and I left that on purpose so you can see. You can see my vanity back there. You can see my daughter's doll on the bottom right-hand side. So I don't want anybody to see that. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna scroll on this menu here, and we're gonna click cutout, okay? So that allows you to cut. We're gonna hit cutout. There you go. So that allows you to then hit cutout, all right? Check mark. And then now we're going to edit this video to wherever it was.
Only keep your suitcase.
Okay, no, that's not it.
Packing games are a total.
Oh, no, that wasn't it either. Oops, sorry.
Are a total. Oh my gosh.
This is just reality, guys. So when you start doing your videos yourself, you're going to do that too, and that's okay. Nobody sees it, right? When I'm editing this, nobody would have known that I was saying those things.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Packing cubes are a total game changer. They not only.
Sorry, hold on.
Packing cubes are a total game changer. They not only keep your suitcase nice and organized, but you can separate your outfits depending on each day. I also like that these come with a separate laundry bag and a separate makeup bag case as well for you to make sure you bring all your essentials.
Okay, so we're gonna, again, cut out the end that I'm not looking at the camera. We'll do it that way. Okay. And then we're gonna edit again the size of the photo, okay? To make sure that it's going to fit the little overlay that I just did. And we'll also make sure that the transitions, we'll do this at the end, just so I can show you guys. We'll make sure that each transition between the clips is smooth, okay? Now, one thing I wanted to show you is I don't like where I'm positioned in this frame, okay? Because I'm particularly talking about the cream packing bags. But because I didn't like circle them or highlight them, I will probably just move myself maybe here in the middle and make myself a little bigger because you can see I kind of then in one clip, I'm kind of pointing a little bit. So, you know, whatever. It's not perfect, but we can just leave it the way that it is. Okay. So We'll leave it like that. And then we're going to do the last uh, overlay or photo. And that one was going to be the headphones, the over-ear headphones. Okay. So again, we'll hit the pip button, blue pip on the bottom left-hand corner, and then we're going to do this one. And all right, we'll do this video.
These are hands down my favorite heads.
Oh wait, hold on, sorry.
These are hands down my favorite heads. These are hands down my favorite headphones. Yes, they are on the pricier side, but they truly are noise canceling. Also, I love the fact that the battery lasts forever. An extra tip, if you're traveling with kids, over-ear headphones are going to be the best to prevent that pressure buildup in their ears.
Okay, so that's the last clip. So let's edit that and see where I didn't
Hands
mess
down
up.
my favorite heads.
Okay, let's see.
Heads. These are
Oh my gosh, I can't get.
hands down my favorite headphones. Yes, they are on the pricier side, but they truly are noise canceling. Also, I love the fact that the battery lasts
Okay, so that video was good. And then
build up in their ears. To prevent that pressure buildup in their ears.
okay, so I cut it too short, so I want it little
In their ears.
Okay, cool. So let's edit this over here. Is everybody okay so far following along with what I'm doing? Everybody see how I'm doing that?
Yeah, everything is okay.
Okay. All right, so we are just going to edit. All right, we may then just need to, I didn't do the background remover here. All right, let me do that really quick. And then I'm going to move myself so that way they can see which one I'm talking about. So I'm particularly talking about the ones above my head, which would be the Beats Studio Pro. Okay. So I think that's fine there. The only thing I did not record, which I will, oh, I didn't mean to do that. The only thing I did not record, which I will do then after we finish this training, is I just did not record that last section of the call to action. Okay. So typically in a video like this, where I am sharing like a tip, in this case, I'm doing something with like an image behind me and I'm talking. Usually you see how I started the video? I started the video of me sitting at my desk right here, right? So I would end the video the very same way, in me at my desk again saying, you know, follow this video, or what did I was going to say, save this video for later and don't forget to share with your travel bestie. That's the line that I have on every single video that I do, whether if it's a recommendation video, if I have it in the caption or whatever. That's just the line that I always have. And I do that on purpose because I want that continuity. So that way they know that, oh, okay, you know, they may kind of associate that line with my profile or something like that. Okay. And you'll kind of see exactly what you like and your verbiage is going to be. Okay. All right. So let me make sure that the transition here.
Before you try to use it. I've been there and done that. Packing cubes are
Okay. So for this clip, I need to shorten it just a little bit because they can see.
And done that. Packing cubes are a total game changer. They not only keep your
Okay, so it's just gonna jump right over into the next clip.
I've been there and done that. Packing cubes are a total game changer. They not only keep your suitcase
Okay, and then over here.
for you to make sure you bring all your essentials. These are hands down my favorite headphones. Yes, they are.
Okay, so you see how every single clip, it transitions right into the next. There's no pauses, nothing like that, okay? So make sure that when you are doing separate clips like that, you make it so that it's just easily into the next one. Now, I'm going to add something here that I actually learned from someone that I follow on Instagram. Okay. So actually, you see the little InShot logo on the bottom right-hand corner of this screen? That the little X on there, for those that download this app and want to use this, you can click that X and it's going to show like a very short ad in order for that watermark to be removed, and it'll be removed. Okay. Just to give you a tip. All right. So really quick, let me
The
see.
travel advisor, these are my top 3 must-have essentials I never travel without. A portable
So I need to have some sort of caption, something written here, or actually, no, that's a lie. I can do that in TikTok. So what I want to do here is there's an effect on this app that I really like that one of the people that I follow on Instagram talks about a lot. And I actually like how it works. Okay. So I'm going to go to the very first clip. And I'm going to click on effect. It's going to be like the star right directly underneath the play button. Okay. And I'm going to click on effect and then I'm going to click effect again on, oh, not that one. Sorry. The one all the way to the far left with it looks like a periwinkle color. Okay. So the effect that I want to add to this video is going to be a slow zoom. It's going to be the very first one.
travel advisor, these are my top 3
So
must-have
obviously
essentials I never
that's like too much, right? So here we can make it a lot less subtle.
travel advisor, these are my top 3 must-have essentials I never travel advisor, these are my top 3 must-have essentials I never
Okay. So let's just leave it like that for the sake of the training, okay? So it's just an effect from what I have learned from this particular, she's a social media strategist. Um, she posts a lot of her videos with that slow zoom effect, and it captures your attention in addition to the blurb or word that you're going to put as your hook. Okay. So I've done that on a few videos. I haven't done it on every single video because there has been some videos that it just doesn't work out for. But on videos like this where I'm just talking, yeah, it's a game changer, honestly. I really like it because it does kind of capture your attention. You're kind of just like hooked. It like zooms you in. So like if we watch the first few seconds,
the travel advisor, these are my top 3 must-have essentials I never travel without.
and then it
A
just goes
portable
right
battery
back to
charger
the regular, it goes to the regular uh view. Okay. Now, because my first clip is so short, it's literally only 3 seconds. I'm just gonna do the zoom for the length of that clip. Okay. Let's see if I can get it. Okay. All right. So I think I'm good to save this video. So I'll save it because then what I can do is when I upload it onto TikTok, I'll be able to add the final clip, which will then be the call to action. Okay. So I want to get rid of that watermark. So again, it just has you go through like an ad um, to complete or to get rid of the little watermark. So the transitions, Ashlyn, I can show you on here. Oh, that's good to know, Richard. Yeah, I figured, right? But I really like that feature. All right, let's see if this will. Okay, so for the transitions, if you're going to be using InShot, I can show you on how to do the transitions on here. I'm not going to add any transitions to this video because it's not going to flow, right? Because I'm kind of literally going directly into the next clip, which is talking about another uh, uh, essential that I travel with. Okay. But for the transitions, let's say that you are going to be doing a video that requires the transitions. The only way that you're able to do the transitions is if you are piecing together those clips. Okay. Which is what we did. All right. So you see here, right after the cursor, you see how there's like a little white box with a gray slash or black slash in it. You're going to click that. That's where all of the transitions are going to come through. So let's say I wanted to have a transition. I can click on that.
I never travel without.
And that's how the
I never
transition is
travel
going to look
without.
like. Okay.
Portals I never travel without.
So right now, I'm just going to leave it blank. Now, obviously, you can see all the different transitions that are listed on this app. But the same thing applies when you go into Instagram, when you go into TikTok, they're going to have the same exact feature. But because I saved this video on here, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to now export it and save it. When I save this video, it's now just going to be one big loop. It's not going to be chopped up into those pieces like how it was on the app. Okay. Let me see if it'll load. And then I can quickly show you guys to kind of finish off then how I would upload this onto TikTok with the hook or the hook on there. And then, like I said, then once I finish the training with you guys, I'll be able to then finalize it, put the call to action at the end, and then upload it. Okay. While this is loading, if there are any questions so far, just put them in the chat box for me rather than unmuting right now. I'll stop the recording at the end and allow you guys to unmute if there's any further questions. But for right now, if there's any immediate questions, let me know while this is loading. Is InShot free? So yes, Rita, the app itself is free. They do have a paid option, but I have not yet. I haven't had to pay for it. I've been using all the free features. I can't remember if I came across anything that I had to pay for in terms of pro feature or anything like that. But I've just taken advantage of all the free stuff. Perfectly fine. So I'm sure that the pro version, like the paid version, probably doesn't have ads, right? I don't care about ads. I'll let it play and just when it's done, I'll save the video, right? But some people, they don't like them, they may want to pay and may have other features. Liz, yes, I created this on my phone. All right, once this is done, then I can show you the hook. Hopefully this will, there we go. Sometimes these ads are like too much sometimes, but okay, there we go. It's saved. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to TikTok.
Bridget Jones. So look to your
Okay. And we're gonna hit the plus, and now we're gonna hit my video here. Okay.
The travel advisor, these are my top 3 must-have essentials I never travel without. A portable battery charger is definitely a game changer.
Okay. So my clip is now at a full just one clip, right? So if I were to scroll through here, it's one clip. There's nothing that will allow me to do any types of transitions or anything like that. So if you're using InShot to edit, just make sure you do your transitions before you save it. Because then that way the transitions will flow right into the video. Okay. But if you're doing the video, if you're creating the video on TikTok or on Instagram on the platform, every single time you do a little clip, you can then add those transitions in. Okay. So one thing that I really like to add as well is I like to add captions. Okay. I love captions in anything that I watch, movies, shows, anything. So, and it helps the viewer as well with captions. Okay. So I'm going to click on captions and, you can edit them. So if for whatever reason, the system doesn't catch your wording, just edit. Okay. So it didn't catch the first two words for me. Um, okay. I'm just gonna scroll quickly through here to make sure that like everything is okay. And also something to notice too, the size of the captions. So sometimes I will make them a little smaller because depending on how many words it has on each line. No, Laura I switched over to TikTok. I don't know if you saw me switch over, but I switched over to TikTok to upload it on there. So depending on how many words are listed on each line, yeah, you're welcome. It may then be too big of a caption and it runs off the screen. Okay, so just make sure you're watching that and just change the size of the caption so that way every single word that is being said is on the screen. Okay. All right. Usually the captions I will say in TikTok are pretty good. Like here it said pressure side, but I said pricier side. On the pricier side. Okay. Okay, cool. So captions are good. Now, one thing with captions, now obviously I know this is not a TikTok training, but in case if you wanted to know, you can change the style. So automatically, TikTok is going to default you to these captions where you see there's like a
Advisor,
red
these are
mark.
my top 3 must-have
Okay.
essentials.
But if you click on style, now you can switch the style. All right. And you decide how you want to do it. What I would say is if you change your style, do it, but stick with it. Don't do separate caption styles for every single video that you do. The only reason I say that is more, again, for the continuity. You want to set yourself apart as, a brand, or you want to set yourself apart as someone, right? So if you're going to have like all these crazy captions on every single video that you do, it's not showing that uniform type of look for yourself. Exactly, branding. So I typically always just have the default one that TikTok gives me, but if you like this one here, the bottom, this first one,
These are my top 3 must-have.
Emojis to every few words. Some people like that. It makes it fun. It makes it, whatever. But it's up to you. Okay? Everyone is different. All right, so let's just okay. So right now, also in terms of placement of your captions, just keep in mind where you put it, because if I click on this, you see how it kind of gives me an idea of where the description is going to be on the bottom. And then it has the menu, like the share on the right-hand side. So you can make sure that your captions are not running into or being hidden by your description or coming over here where it's going to be, into the menu on the right-hand side. Okay. So I just like to keep it right in the middle, somewhere that it's very easy for them to read, right? Okay, so now we're going to do the hook. So what was my hook? These are my top 3. What was it?
Travel Advisor, these are my top 3 must-have essentials I never travel without.
Okay. So my hook is going to be top 3 Something like that. I may change it. Okay, that's going to be on my head. Okay. And again, you want it to stand out. This doesn't stand out by any means if someone's scrolling and they see that, right? So how are you going to make sure that it stands out? So typically what I do when I have a video that I'm sharing like a tip or that I'm sharing top 3 whatevers, I usually use this third one here with the red and white. Again, for branding, just to set myself apart. So that way when people see the videos on my um, page or feed, they can see, at a glance what that video is about. Okay. And I personally would rather have that one. It stands out more. You can make it bigger. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put it here. Well, I'll just do for the whole first clip. Okay. So that's going to be there for the first 3 seconds. So again, some people like to watch videos with no sound because the kids are sleeping, husband's sleeping. That's why captions are important. That's why having that hook there is important. They can quickly see what it is that they're going to be watching or listening to in those first 3 seconds. Okay. So that's going to be there. It'll disappear, right? Because if I go to, this is the hook that I put there in the front, and I only have it for the first 3 seconds and it's going to disappear. Okay. So it's not going to be up there the entire time. All right. So now let's say I'm going to just hit next. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys before I open it up for questions is, let's say that I completed the last portion of the video, the call to action. I have my description on here, which I'm going to have ChatGPT help me organize it a little bit better. And the last thing you want to do is just edit the cover. You see on the top right-hand corner, it says edit cover. Edit it and just make it like have the hook on there. Okay. So for example, it's going to give this random picture of me, right? But I don't want that picture. So let's say I want it with the hook on there. Okay. Who cares what you look like in the video, in the picture? And if you hit preview on the bottom right-hand corner, it's going to show you what it's going to look like on your feed. Okay. In addition to all of the other videos that you have. Okay. So let's say I want to keep that. We're going to hit save. So now that's my cover photo. And I'm just going to, I'll have my description uploaded on here. And then once I'm ready, I'm going to hit post. One thing with TikTok, I'm going to just hit drafts so it saves. One thing with TikTok is once your video uploads, it'll automatically save a copy of that video on your phone, on your camera roll, that you can then repurpose that and post it now to another platform. I will say that TikTok does have an option for you to share to other platforms. Personally, I don't share from other platforms. I will manually upload it onto each other platform that I plan to use. I don't know how true this is. I've heard that when you share videos from one platform to the next, the when, like, let's say if I share this from here to Facebook, it will not perform as well on Facebook, meaning Facebook will purposely not show it to that many people because it saw or knew that you were sharing it from a different platform. The platforms and social media apps are very selfish. They want you to go on their platform and create the video on there. Okay. Exactly, Halia. Yeah. So it won't push it out if it's going to have some sort of watermark or anything like that. So if you want to make sure that your content doesn't have a watermark, so just like I took out the watermark for InShot, you don't want any watermark. That just, it kind of looks tacky a little bit. Okay. So click on more options here, and you're going to see when you scroll down, I have save to device and save posts without watermark. So every single time that I post a TikTok, my video will be saved on my camera roll, just like it is with the hook, with any type of effects that I do on TikTok, just as it is. So now I can go to Instagram and post it. Now I can go to Facebook and post it. Okay. So be smart and do that way, and that way you can tackle multiple platforms in one. Okay. Um, Let me draft it so that I can finish it. And then what I'll do is if you guys want to see the finished product, I will share it in the travel knowledge group, Facebook group, and you can see it there. No, Rita, I didn't have to install an extension. I was using it on my phone. All right, let me switch back here. Okay, guys. So let me stop this recording.